Hey everyone, Kerry Beck here with Family eBiz, where we help families start and scale their online business to find freedom in their life to do what they've been called to do, to enjoy their family, to enjoy their friends, or whatever, serve those around them. We are kicking off today a new series. It is all about consistent sales. And today we're going to be going through consistent sales. Do you make consistent sales? If not, hopefully over the next 5 weeks, you're going to come up with some strategies that you can implement like this. Pretty simple. I'm going to share one of those today because a lot of you are saying to yourself, if I just had more traffic, I'd make more sales. Well, honestly, the truth is traffic isn't the problem. Maybe conversion is. Some of you need more traffic, but some of you need to learn when they land on your page, how do we convert them into a sale? Oftentimes, we're all good about all the freebies, but we just get freebie seekers. We're not really finding people that are buyers because we really maybe don't know how to convert them. So today we are going to start with conversions. And I'm going to go all the way back to the 1800s with a company called Sears. I don't even know if some of y'all know what Sears is. I grew up, this is in the 60s, we got the Sears catalog before Christmas, and you could circle the things that you wanted for Christmas, and that would begin our Christmas list. Well, Sears actually, back in the late 1800s, realized it wasn't how many people saw their catalog, it was about making it easy for the customer to say yes. Do you make it easy for your potential customer to say yes? In fact, here's what Sears did. They started adding detailed descriptions, guarantees, payment options, things that built up trust and eventually increased their conversions. Here's a few things that they actually wrote in the catalog. Our illustrations and descriptions enable you to order intelligently. In fact, so that you can tell what you are getting as well as if you were in our store selecting the goods from our stock. They wanted their descriptions and their images it was a paper catalog, but let's just transfer it on to online. They wanted that to make you feel as if you were standing right there in the store looking at that product itself. Another thing they said, oh, I copied the exact same thing. Okay, well, never mind. I had another quote from them and I don't have it here. Sears didn't just send catalogs, they built trust with accurate descriptions, visual fidelity, risk-free guarantees, and consistent pricing. And that was the second quote. I don't have it word for word, but they offered like even a sewing machine for 2 years. If you wanted to send it back, you could send it back. They had guarantee or warranties on the products that you bought through the catalog. These tactics turn skeptical buyers, they're in the catalog, they're not so sure, all of a sudden they gain confidence and they trusted Sears, showing it's not always about reaching more people, but making the experience more yes worthy. What's the application for you, online marketer? You don't necessarily need more people at your door. You need more people saying yes. How are you building trust? And how are you resonating with the people that land on the page? Can they see themselves in using that product and seeing the transformation? Another illustration is current. Her name is Jan Ditchfield. She was a former fundraiser and revenue strategist. She launched her first digital course with about 557 email subscribers and a very modest social media following. She had, let's see, 1,689 Instagram followers. Well, she had a very small audience, and in her first launch of this course, she made $18,425 in sales from 29 people enrolling in her course. No ads. That is a very small list. If you have a small list that's 500 or maybe under 1,000, you can make money. You see, this lady Jan, her early success paved the way to making over $145,000 in revenue and eventually having a six-figure income. This is a powerful truth about small list. It is something that I say, but also my coach and mentor, Amy Porterfield, says as well. And it's not about how many people are on your list, it's how deeply you connect to them. Are you connecting with them? Or are you just sending them offers all the time? How do people know that what you're going to offer them is going to give them the transformation they're looking for? When they see that value, they're willing to spend money on it. So I think a lot of this is your mindset shift. Sales is not just clicks and money. Sales start with serving your audience. You've heard me say it over and over. Serve before you sell. Now, I'm going to tell you, I personally think the easiest way to do this is with webinars. I used a webinar just last week. It was my Raising Leaders, Not Followers. For those of you that aren't familiar with me, I have a homeschool business, so that's more of a niche type business. It's not all about online marketing or selling to them. But a webinar allows you to teach first, give really good value. You present with them the next step, which is your offer. And so I taught them about homeschooling with purpose and intention. And then at the end, so that was about 30, 40, well, it's about 45 minutes. And then I knew some of them would want more. I can only include so much information in 45 minutes. So I offered them my Raising Leaders, Not Followers course. And within that webinar, I had two people spend $197 each on a homeschool course. I have a lot of homeschool businesses. They don't spend money. It's all about how you set it up. It's all about how you build trust. It's all about how you serve your audience. And then you can sell them something that they see the transformation. And so that's what happened to me last week. It was August 15th. And I normally don't make many sales on a webinar. It's usually after that, and I talk to them about different things. So I want to give you a few tactical conversion boosters. Number one, your sales page. Use your sales page. If it is not making sales, you need to look, one, does this really even affect the person's problem? Does it help their problem? And then I think it's important that you tweak it. Maybe your sales page, it's not converting for a reason. I have to tell you a story. A little over a month ago, I opened our shopping cart for Homeschool Superheroes. And that first week, I was hardly anyone was upgrading to VIP. So they were coming for the free ticket, but not the paid upgrade to VIP. I spent about 3 or 4 hours rewriting the headline in the first little section that more than likely everyone's going to read through those first few sections. So I changed it and I made sure that the reader could see themselves in whatever I was saying so that it resonated. What I was writing on that page resonated with the reader. I also made sure I was focusing on benefits and not features. And you know what? That weekend, I started making consistent sales for the next several weeks. Consistent sales. And I believe some of it was based on tweaking my sales page. Does your sales page convert? If you know it converts, then you can go on and increase those sales. Now, I will tell you, tactic number two, sales pages can't answer all the objections in real time, but an event can. That can be a webinar. I love webinars. I believe live is the best. It converts better than any automated class or replay. In fact, right now, as I am recording this, I decided that I would offer another live class tomorrow because I believe it will sell this course. The course is only open for 8 days. And so I will be offering another master class, i.e. webinar. There's a book called this is put out by Dream Life Lab, and they actually have done research saying there is superior impact of live webinars because it naturally has a chat in it that you can go back and forth and a Q&A so you can immediately address any and all of the objections that people have. Compared to a pre-recorded video, you might cover some of the objections, but not necessarily everyone on that particular webinar. So events drive sales, and I believe a live event is better than any type of event. Now, another suggestion is Russell Brunson. He talks about high converting webinars, and he says if you want to do a good webinar, you need to find one major objection and address it early in the webinar. Just address it straight up so that they are like, oh, yeah, that is my problem. All right. And then you'll move into that Q&A and even dive deeper into some of their objections. Okay. So number one tactic, use your sales page. Number two tactic is live is best. Number three, scarcity plus urgency, doing it ethically. So what do I mean? We need to offer scarcity and urgency. And again, events drive sales. You can have a flash sale and it ends, and that flash sale may have discounted the price or maybe has extra bonuses. But when it's all over, it's over. I'm going to go back to Homeschool Superheroes. When last week on Saturday was the last day you could get basically the event price of $40. On Sunday, it went up to 75. I've already had two people email me about, can I get that discounted price? All right. And so events drive sales, and having scarcity, like you're going to pull things away, or urgency, you better sign up by this time. So flash sales is one way that you can do it. Another way is webinars, because it just naturally, it's a live class. I always offer a fast action bonus. So anyone that bought, like for this one, anyone that bought my course during the webinar got a $10 Amazon card. And we know homeschoolers have things in that Amazon cart. And so it's an easy win. They feel like they're saving $10. I mean, you do whatever you want, but that's my fast action bonus. All right. And a webinar provides urgency for live attendance because you're going to get something special, maybe bonuses and limited time replays. Think about it this way. Back in the day, before we had this and everything else and all the YouTube videos and Netflix, if you went to a early movie showing, like it was going to happen early before the rest of the world, you had to attend at a certain time in a certain place, and that created buzz and taking action. Webinars work the same way. They work the same way for digital products. Show up live, and here's what's going to happen. All right. So tactic one, use your sales page. Tactic two, live is best. And tactic three, use scarcity and urgency to get people to move quickly and take action. So what do I want you to do? I don't want you to just chase a bunch of clicks. Clicks don't mean that much. You want them to click and buy. You want to convert them. So I would encourage you to pick one sales page, just one, that you're going to work on for the next 4 or 5 weeks, or one webinar registration page. Tweak it today. Tighten your message. Add a benefit focus headline like I did for Homeschool Superheroes, and clarify what is the next step. Tell them what to do. So many people don't tell their reader what to do. So you want to tweak. Pick one sales page or webinar registration page that you are going to tweak today. The key takeaway here is that traffic is just noise without conversion. Events, flash sales, webinars are your bridge from an interested visitor to a happy customer. And I believe a live event is the best way. You actually get to visit with the people that are actually on there. Now, I will tell you, this is just the beginning of consistent sales. You have got to look at your conversion and find out why it's not working. Tweak that sales page, tweak that webinar registration page. And I will tell you that next week, we're going to talk about why people don't buy and how to fix it with a power of a well-structured webinar or well-structured flash sale, why they don't buy and how you can fix it. Now, I will tell you, if you want some help, just looking at the overall big picture of what you're doing, not necessarily the specifics on headlines and benefits, I have something called the Business Marketing Roadmap. It can help you plan out the next quarter and your next month, and you can fill in the stuff. So I would encourage you to maybe have a class, a webinar in the next month, and it's going to help you organize the emails you're going to put out, the blog post, podcast, the event, whatever it is that you're going to do to promote this. And then afterwards, some of the urgency and scarcity as well. That is at familyebiz.com/roadmap, or you can find that in the show notes as well. Hey, thanks for spending time with me. I am Kerry Beck with Family eBiz. We'll talk to you next time.